Hi there, so this is Stephanie Dyke from Creative and Mindful, and I want to demonstrate how to make a rolled hem. I've seen some instructions that I think are not great, so I wanted to share. This is kind of a couture method or heirloom sewing method, a hand sewing method of antiquity. So the first thing that you'll do is you want to finger press in. You don't have to do this with an iron. You just need you need this fold to stay for just a little bit to get your stitches in there. So you're just finger pressing a little bit of a length of about 1/8 of an inch. I have Kona cotton here, and 1/8 of an inch is about all I can get it to do without it starting to fray. If you have a lighter weight fabric, like a really fine handkerchief linen, or maybe even a silk fabric, you might be able to get an even tinier fold, like maybe a 1/16 of an inch. But 1/8 of an inch is safe. So you'll start by bringing your thread up through, in between the fold. You'd hide your stitch in the fold, and you'll come over just a little bit, and you want to grab with the tip of your needle like 2 threads, and this is in the main body of your fabric, not the piece that's folded over. But you're right there at the edge of the fold. So you're grabbing 2 threads, and then you kind of pivot your needle, and you're going to grab 2 threads that are right above it on the fold, so the edge of the fold. And then you're going to pull your thread through, but you're not pulling it taut yet. You're leaving that, and I don't know, white thread on white fabric is a little bit hard to see. If I can get this to focus, you can kind of see that thread in there. I'll probably redo this video with some colored thread, so it's not too difficult to see. So then you'll again come over just a little bit and grab 2 threads. So I'm just grabbing 2 threads, pivot, and grab a little bit of the fold. Now, you could do this in 2 separate stitches. You don't necessarily have to do that little pivot, but I think it shortens the time it takes to make these stitches when you're hand sewing, if you can kind of combine them like that. You don't have to pull your thread through twice, in two different motions. So you want to do this for, I don't know, 4 or 5 stitches. You don't want to go too far, but you want to go along a little bit. Okay, so you can kind of see, and then you're gonna very gently but firmly pull your thread, and like magic, it will roll over. And if you want to pull it firmly enough that it folds, you don't want to break your thread, but if it starts to gather a little bit, kind of stretch it back out, because you don't want it to gather. And then you start the process again. So having 1/8 of an inch folded over, and then just grabbing a couple threads below the fold and at the top of the fold. And as you kind of develop some speed in this, and you be consistent with your spacing, you'll see that this becomes really lovely rolled hem. Kind of my first efforts were a little wonky, but as you go along, you kind of get into like just sort of a pattern in it. That one was a little bit funky, but you can see what's happening here. It's sort of, you're making this tiny little fold, and then by the power of your stitches, you're rolling it over on top of itself. So that's what's happening. So I hope this was helpful. Good luck. I will probably make another video that's a little better than this one, maybe with some contrasting thread. But for now, I hope this has been helpful. Thanks. Bye-bye.